She talks about life. She'll help you work it out by working inside. She talks about everything you want to know and more.
Let's talk about it.
Conversations with Shelly. She talks about everything you want to know. So open up the door to conversations with Shelly. She talks about everything you want to know and more. Let's talk about it.
And now your host, Shelly Sanders.
Good afternoon, Facebook fam. Good afternoon, YouTube family. Welcome to Conversations with Shelly. My name is Michelle Sanders, and I'm your host for today's conversation. I hope you guys are doing great on this beautiful Sunday afternoon. We are doing great here in Tampa Bay. Yes, Tampa Bay. We are doing wonderful, and I'm so glad that we're here to be able to share today's topic with you. So you guys, today's topic is about artists and artistry. And on this month and probably into September, we're going to have some great artists that's going to come on the show. So the title of our show for today, and before I go on with that, let me ask you to like and share and also subscribe, because now we're also on YouTube under Soul Cafe RM, and the RM stands for Real Ministries. So go out to YouTube and subscribe, and make sure you share, and you like. And guess what? The first person who can go out and share this segment on your page and your social media platforms and come back into our comment section and type SCWC, Share Conversations with Shelly, will win a prize. We have a beautiful, nice wine glass with our logo on it, Conversation with Shelly, and that can be yours. So go ahead and do it right now before somebody beats you to it. Like, share, and subscribe. Come back into the comment section and type SCWC. The first one to do that will win a prize. And make sure you inbox me with your address so we can make sure we mail it to the right location. All right, so guys, let's talk about it. So today's show, How Great Thou Art. So the title of the show, yes, we're going to talk about artistry today. And one of the things I wanted to mention, my brother Fred, he's very creative, and there's a play on the word, how great thou art. And so art, artistry, music, painting, singing, lyrics, I mean, there's so many different forms of art, right? But when we hear the word, and I'm sure you guys, when you saw the title and you're hearing me say that now, how great thou art, most people, I think, in the United States think immediately about God, right? And the song and the old familiar hymn called How Great Thou Art. And so what I want to do is talk a little bit about the history of that song and what it means to me. So yes, there's a play on words, how great thou art, but we know art encompasses so many things. And as we think about the particular definition, art is the expression and application, it says, of human creativity, skill and imagination. And it typically comes in the form of visual. It can be in the form of singing and sculptures and products of works that's appreciated by many. And a lot of times it's inspired by that particular artist that has that gift to be able to display that talent or that art in many different forms. And today we have someone on our show, Jess Henry. He's going to talk to us, and he's going to come and share his artistry, which is in singing and songwriting. And I'm so excited to have him on Conversations with Shelly today. So with that, how great thou art. So again, the play on words, artistry. And when I think about the song and those words, I think about God, and I think about how great God is. And I can say that, Facebook fam, if you guys have heard my testimony, how great God has been to me, that he enabled me to have another chance and to have another chance at life. Because there was a time back in February the 28th when I was doing a show just like this, that I had a health scare and my heart stopped. And I was out of here. I had checked out of here. But thank God for prayers and for mercy and for his grace that God brought me back. I was able to come back, and I'm here on this earth, and I'm so thankful. And so when I think about God and how great he is, then I can say, God, how great thou art. And we know God made us, right? He knows everything about us. He created his being. He created this world. And so I wanted to give a little bit of the history behind that hymn. I'm not sure if you guys know it, but I didn't know the exact history behind it. I think it's very appropriate to be able to share that, especially when we have our artist that's going to come on today. And we're going to get into some questions with Jess Henry just about you know, his motivation, his inspiration, and where he comes from when he's writing his songs and when he's actually performing. So I got this from a post, 2016, June 24th, Lifestyle Online Magazine. The writer, Lindsay Terry, says southern Sweden was the place where How Great Thou Art had its beginnings in 1886. It was written in the home of an author and editor, Carl Boberg, a member of the Swedish Parliament from 1912 to 1931. The song was known in several countries before it reached the shores of the United States. Boberg said in the writing of his song, check out this story here. It was in 1885, and in that time of the year when everything seemed to be in its richest coloring, the birds were singing in trees, and wherever you could find them perched anywhere, they were singing. On a particular afternoon, he says, some of his friends and him, they had been at Kronebach, where he had participated in an afternoon service. He said they were returning, and then a thunderstorm began to appear on the horizon. He said they hurried to shelter. He said there was a loud clap of thunder, and the lightning flashed across the sky. He said strong winds swept over the meadows and the billowing fields of grain. He said, however, the storm was soon over, and the clear sky appeared with a beautiful rainbow. He said after reaching their home, he said he opened up his window toward the sea. He said the church bells were playing the tune of a hymn as he opened the window. He said that same evening, Boberg wrote a poem titled, O Store Gerd, How Great Thou Art. The poem was later set to a Swedish folk tune in 1907. Manfred von Glenn translated it into German. And 5 years later, a Russian pastor, Ivan Prokhanov, I think that's right, made a Russian adaptation of that particular song. It said in the early 1920s, the Reverend and Mrs. Stuart K. Hine left their home in England and went to Poland as missionaries. It was there they learned the Russian version of Boberg's song, O Store Gud. Hine then wrote original English lyrics and made his own arrangement of the Swedish melody. Hence today we have the well-known song, How Great Thou Art. O Lord, my God, when I in awesome wonder consider all the world thy hands have made, I see the stars, I hear the rolling thunder, thy power throughout the universe displayed. And it goes on to sing the refrain, then sings my soul, my Savior God, to thee, how great thou art. So the inspiration of Boberg was walking in an afternoon, everything being beautiful and sunny, everything being rich, and then all of a sudden, out of nowhere, a storm rolls up. And to see God's glory in the sunshine, and then to see the rain, and to see the storm, and to take shelter, and then afterward, everything to clear up. And then to look and say, God, I'm in awe of your wonder. And I just want to say, I'm not trying to preach here, but I feel it right now. I'm just trying to say, Facebook family, YouTube audience, sometimes in our lives, the sun is shining, but sometimes there are going to be storms, and sometimes we're going to have some lightning flashes, and sometimes it's going to be rain that's coming down. But remember, the rain doesn't last always. The sunshine will come again. And so I just want to tell you, through all of it, that God is still great. Through all of it, he is still with us. He's still carrying us. And so that's what's so beautiful about this topic in this series, How Great Thou Art, because the artists that we're going to have coming on are inspired. And I don't know if they're going to share it or not, but I believe every gift is a gift that comes from God. And I know that the artistry that God has given them will allow them to be able to sing, will allow them to be able to write, will be inspired around their surroundings and what things they're going through. So I cannot wait for Just Henry to get here and talk to us a little bit about his life and share his gift with us. So with that, let's move on and let's talk about it. So our guest today, Just Henry, singer-songwriter, makes Tampa, Florida his home by way of the Virgin Islands. His album, Challenge the Motive, released on Tampa's own Benton Records, Look at Him Entertainment, showcases his talented pen and singing style. Just Henry is also a part of the band Synergy in a Cup that's made up of several talented vocalists and musicians and have been sought after around the Bay Area and the state of Florida. You can follow him on Instagram and also on Facebook at the Just Henry. And so it's J-U-S, not J-U-S-T. So with that, Facebook fam, please help me welcome, as you get prepared to come on, please help me welcome Just Henry, woo, to the stage. Are you mic'd up? Are you ready? Are you on loud? Let's get you on there.
Am I heard? Am I hearable?
Are you hearable? Yes,
Yeah.
you're hearable. Welcome to
Thank
Conversations with
you.
Shelly.
Thank you for the introduction. That was great. Okay.
Yes, that's all about you.
Aw, okay, thank you. I'll take that.
So listen, I was looking here at your bio,
Yes.
and it says that you're from the Virgin Islands. So which
Yes.
one, British or U.S.?
The U.S. Virgin Islands.
U.S. and what?
St. Thomas.
St. Thomas.
Yes, yes.
Oh my gosh, I bet it's so beautiful.
Oh, it's gorgeous. Looks just like the postcards.
Really? I mean, because that's as close as I've gotten.
Oh,
It's
yeah.
the postcard.
Well, yeah, but it's gonna happen. It's gonna happen
Yes,
in due time.
in due time.
You said earlier that you've been to the Bahamas.
Bahamas.
you
Yes,
said?
I've been to the Bahamas.
Oh,
Yes.
that's where my father's from.
What?
All right. Be careful now.
Be careful. Why? I
You
have to
might
be
get
ca-
stuck. I'm just saying. They keep you on the island.
They keep you on the island. But how do you say?
I'm just saying. You find yourself some joy
I'll find
on the
some joy
island.
on the
I'm
island.
just playing. I'm just
Oh
playing.
my gosh! But I really love. We took a
man.
trip with my god sister Sandra. It was her birthday,
Uh-huh.
and she had a number of her friends wanting to cruise, and we cruised.
Nice.
And I've been on a cruise before too. You know, in Egypt. You know,
Mm-hmm.
I cruised down the Nile. But you know, to be able to cruise Caribbean, I had never had that experience. So
Yeah.
I had the most fabulous time in my freaking life.
Mm-hmm.
And I was telling you, it was right before COVID. So I was looking forward to another
Yeah.
trip, but I think I'm going to push pause on that right now.
Heard it.
I'm
Yes,
just
that
not
would be
ready.
caution.
Yeah,
Absolutely caution.
I'm not ready right
Discretion.
now.
Yeah. That's beautiful.
So listen, talk to me a little bit. How great thou art. And
Yes.
you're an artist. And so
Yes.
we're going to go get into it. We're going to talk about your artistry and what you do as far as singing and writing, and then you're going to have an opportunity to be able to perform
Thank you for that.
as well. But I just want to go back here. I was talking about the history, so I don't know.
Yeah.
Were you familiar at all with the history of How Great Thou Art?
Absolutely not.
Yeah. Oh,
I
what?
got all of that brand new, fresh from you. I'm like, all right, this is fresh for the data banks. That's awesome. I understand. No, I really like history. I mean, history always gives you a guide. You know what I mean? Like either
Yeah.
what to or not to do. And in this
Yeah.
case, this is just what kind of to do. Like
Yeah.
sit back and enjoy what you see and
I
enjoy
like
what
that.
you know exists. Like it was here before you.
Man, and I like that. I like where the adaptations, and maybe we can talk about from that perspective as far as giftings, because you know it started one person, right, and then another heard it and picked it up and did something different and did
Yes.
something different and tweaked it and did
Oh, yeah.
something different, because everybody comes from a different perspective.
Oh yeah.
So talk to me a little bit about, when I said in your bio, you were part of a band called Synergy in a Cup.
That's right.
So talk to me about, that's an interesting name, Synergy. So Synergy is all about being together,
That's
right?
right.
It's about oneness and flowing together. So talk to me
That is
about
correct.
that particular band and how you became a part of it.
Oh, thank you so much for bringing up my child.
Oh, your
if
child.
you will. I'm just teasing. Synergy in a Cup is a birth child from my good friend J. Rock Jones, where he picked me up after a performance I did at an open mic night, and we started making music. Next thing you know, we made a little album, and then we were like, well, let's perform the album. And we were like, but not too many people are having rappers and singers on the stage at the same time. But we're like, but we can do it.
Yeah.
And we've done it. And
Yes.
it's a beautiful thing. We have up to a 10-piece band. We have a brass section.
Wow.
We make sure we bring the funk, soul, R&B, a little reggae, whatever is our music. We're not a cover band either, so it makes for a good vibe. The most beautiful part is the people, so
Yeah.
you get to see a lot of different spirits, and that's the gold right there. That's
Yes.
essence
Yeah,
of it
I
all.
like that. You're talking about you bring it all, the funk, the soul, et cetera, but it's unique.
Yeah.
You know, it's unique to your style, to
Oh,
you
yeah.
guys, and not being that you're a cover band.
Right.
And so definitely, I'm sure that our production team will be sharing some information and links, because you guys sent us links on some of your performances. So we'll definitely be sharing that with our
Well,
Facebook
thank you.
and our YouTube audience for sure. So where did that name come from? Do you have the history of that, like Synergy in
All
a
right,
Cup? 'Cause
so
I'm like a cup.
You said this
contains a
is
certain
real
amount.
ministries now, so don't take my
Yes.
little story too far out of context. Well, we were all partying, having a good time, and we're drinking, and we're
Yeah.
like, let's get a name, and we were like, Synergy in a Cup, and everybody said, cheers, Synergy in a Cup, and that was the name, and we were just like, since then we've been
I love it.
been a unit.
In a unit. So what definitely I see that some of the places that you guys perform, the Strawberry Festival, the Curtis Dixon Park,
Yeah.
Gasparilla Music Festival here, that's mentioned, the Unplugged show on 88.5,
Yeah.
Crowbar and Ybor,
Of course.
the Jazz House Supper Club, Skipper's Smokehouse. I mean, you guys
yeah.
have been all over. And then it states here about you partook in an Outkast tribute band tour.
Absolutely. We put it together ourselves, actually. We did a little 3-city tour. We went up to Gainesville, Jacksonville, and then rolled right back around to Tampa. And it was amazing. Like, it was the most, it's just wild to see all different types and walks of people that enjoy, one, good music, and two, Outkast. And we tribute to them because they're pretty much like our heroes. So it was inevitable.
Good stuff. So how long have you been in the Tampa Bay area?
Okay, moved here in '98. Believe it or not, that's when I started high school here and everything. Went in the Navy.
Okay, wait a minute. High school? What high school? Because I'm a little older, but I need to see if we're in rivalries or whatever. What high school?
Probably not, but a Riverview High School.
Oh man,
I don't know.
That's where my nephews they graduated from Riverview. I'm
Outstanding.
Brandon Eagle.
Yeah, my year we beat you guys.
Okay,
So
really?
it's in football, yes.
Okay,
And I was a part of that football team. Yes, thank you. You know.
You was a part of it.
Yeah, I used to play linebacker and fullback for Riverview.
All right, y'all hear that? What was your number?
I was 99.
Hey, do you have some stats out there? I need
not
to clap a
really.
little slower.
No, I went in the Navy after. See, my football success story skipped the Navy.
Skip.
Then I played 2 years of semi-pro here in Tampa
Really?
with the Hurricanes, which is not too major. But at the same time,
Hey.
I hurt my knee nonetheless and said, football's not for me.
Says not for me.
Not for me.
Okay.
So, yeah, this made me, that actually was part of when I took music more serious. But it was a great day.
Wow.
Great bad day. Good bad day.
Good
Yeah.
bad day. Wow. So I think the Riverview Sharks, right?
That's correct. Yes.
Sharks. I
yes.
got it. I
yes.
remember.
Oh, yeah.
I remember.
Oh,
So talk to me a little about family. Brothers, sisters. What's your family dynamic like?
Mother, father. Got my sister Joy. I have 2 kids, Jason, Dory. Single guy. Just living the dream.
Living the dream. You sure? You're like, okay,
Somebody's nightmare. I don't know who.
You don't
But
know.
anyway, no, man. I'm just cooling. I'm focusing on what's important. Keeping my vision as my purpose, and so I keep moving in that direction.
Got it. Hey, so I'm going to put you on the spot.
Please.
Are you ready?
I'm always
ready. So I know
ready.
you're going to perform for us, but I want to hear those vocals. So I was thinking about the song. I was talking about how great that art and that hymn is there. It's ringing in my ear. So you want to do it with me, a little piece of it?
So you gonna do the verse and then the hook, or we just gonna jump to the hook?
A little bit, like maybe the verse, and then we'll do something like that.
Well, you do the verse and I'll follow you into the
I
hook.
hope we do this right.
I got you.
I don't have a keyboard. Ding, ding,
You
ding.
do what you feel.
Wait,
I'll
wait
follow
the tone.
you.
Doom, doom, doom. My brother.
I love when the organist does that for you, though. Just put that.
I know, because you're like, okay, I'm in
Right.
key. Let's see what we got. Oh Lord, my God, when I in awesome wonder consider all the world thy hands have made, I see the stars, I hear the rolling thunder, the power throughout the universe display. Let's go out.
Then sings my
soul,
my Savior God, to thee. How great thou art! How great thou art! Then sings my soul, my Savior God, to thee. How great thou art! How great thou art!
Way to
You
go!
jamming. You jamming.
I
All
just
right.
had to get that. It was just in there stirring up.
All right, Shelly. I'm going to have a show with Shelly, for real. Go ahead.
Hey, so with that, this is great because I just, you know how sometimes when you get ready to sing, you have to warm up.
Yes.
Mm,
Me.
me. And so with that, I know we're getting ready to do a transition because we're here to hear about your artistry.
Okay.
And then this is part one. So we're going to go on and move into this two-part here where you can do your songs for us.
Okay.
And I think you told me you're going to do serious and challenge the motive.
That is correct.
Okay, so what's going to happen, we're going to switch out for a little bit.
Okay.
And we're going to bring you on to do those songs. And then we're going to come back.
Okay.
Hopefully give you a chance to breathe a second.
No problem.
And then I'm going to go straight into some questions. I have some
Okay.
wonderful questions I want to dig into.
Very good.
And ask more about your work.
Very
and
good.
share it with our Facebook fam. But I want them to hear this beautiful voice that you have.
Well, thank you.
And these are songs that you've written yourself?
Yes, completely
Yes.
original and on the market on your streaming platforms.
On your
yes.
streaming
Yes.
platforms. So if our production team is ready to make this transition, then I think we're ready to go. So Facebook fam and YouTube audience, so we're getting ready to transition. So the next voice that you're going to hear is just Henry being able to sing serious and challenge the motive.
Yeah. I've been waiting for you, girl, for quite some time. I've been patient with you, girl, just to see you smile. 'Cause there's a certain side to you, so peaceful, peaceful and pure. To dwell a certain starry side of love where no one will kiss and tell. Now let me hold you, let me show you that I'm so. Maybe I'm just so seriously in love with you. Yeah. Here we go. I see you carrying your baggage near and far. I see you hide behind those bags who you really are. 'Cause there's a certain side to you so peaceful I think it's better this way. It's better this way. Let's do this. Because it's life. And we can do this. Yeah, just him. You can bring it back. Here we go. I've been waiting for you, girl, for quite some time. I've been patient with you, girl, just to see you smile. 'Cause there's a certain side of love where I like to dwell. A certain starry side of love where no one will kiss and tell. Now let me hold you, let me show you that oh, baby, I'm just so seriously. We go. I'm cool. Yeah, I've seen you carrying your baggage near and far. Said I've seen you hide behind those bags, who you really are. 'Cause there's a certain side to you, so peaceful, peaceful and pure. The certain way you make it through helps me to endure. And like I told you before, I'm so yeah. Baby, I'm just so serious. In love with you. Oh, baby, yeah. I'm so seriously in love with you. Yeah. And that's J-U-S, no T, just Henry. And I'm he. So look me up. DJ, you can end that when you're ready. All right. So now, seeing as how Henry means ruler of the house or the estate, as you see, I'm ruling this space right now. So what we're going to do is we're going to get me in a comfortable zone with the title song. And this is Challenge the Motive. Check me out. Yeah. Let's face it, Daddy ain't raised no baby. It's about my kids and my faith. Notice I'm focused. What's your reason to break my concentration? Yeah, it's about my kids and my faith. Notice I'm focused, yeah. While sweeping upstairs, yeah, and knocking down cobwebs, I saw myself singing, yeah, singing before thousands. Everybody together, just singing on one accord. Nobody flinched when I looked to the sky and screamed out, "Thank you, Lord." They said I couldn't do it. For me, there really nothing to it. Resilience and our power as I chirp this music and I stay patient, waiting for change to come, knowing damn well this is stumbling over. 400 years will run, but I got ideas and high standards, ducking and dodging lies and slander, but I gotta kill this cancer ceiling. Oh, Daddy ain't raised It's about my kids and my faith. Yeah, yeah. Notice I'm focused. Oh, what's your reason to break my concentration? It's about my kids and my faith. Notice I'm focused. When I reach deep and I get some, just a gut full of rocks, trying to find peace within wisdom. With this head full of knots, I refuse to remain in your line of fire. Don't think I'll give you a second chance to singe my attire. I'm inspired to be great, just learning how to open up my inner gate. Just focus on the more from within the plate. More love for the pain we alleviate, yeah. My people are still yearning for new horizons. Fire in our souls still burning. Now you feel these degrees rising. I'm here for the potential of love, with the mind of the protection of love. Yeah. Oh, daddy ain't raised no basic. It's about my kids and my faith. Oh, notice I'm focused. What's your reason to break my concentration? It's about my kids and my faith. Notice I'm focused. Yeah. And that is challenge the motive, as which we should do at all times. I am Just Henry. Salutations.
Hello, hello. So let's give it up, Facebook fam and YouTube audience, for Just Henry. Woo! Man, I was back there. I'm like, do you have another one?
Oh, my goodness.
Because
We have a whole album, actually. Yes, check it out.
So where can our YouTube and our Facebook audience find your music?
Literally on YouTube and other major streaming outlets. Just type in JUS next word Henry, and literally type in the name of the album, Challenge the Motive. That will help you refine your search.
Refine your search,
Yes.
Challenge the motive.
Yes.
So we gotta go in here because I want to ask you some questions as I
Please
was
do,
listening to
please
some of
do.
the lyrics and everything as you were singing. So talk to us about, so that's the name of the album, Challenge the Motive.
Yes.
So talk to me about the history. Where did that come from?
Okay.
Yeah.
First off, my father is a ex-pastor, evangelist, preacher. So he's a theologian, all of these
wow.
things. So, and a counselor. Like, oh, he's my mentor. Anyway, from his tutelage, and when I had my children, I had my daughter first. They always say, you have a girl first, it changes you. And I'm just saying it's true for me.
For you,
because I saw her heartbeat, and it was a different perspective on every step that I was taking from then on, because it wasn't just me.
Right.
So the actual album cover is both of my children, because they are my motive.
Right.
So I'm challenging them, and I'm literally playing them in a game of chess on the cover. So, well, my daughter's taking notes, and my son and I are playing, and it's just the play on the visual with Tampa at my back. My babies are here, I am here, and I'm going to make it work here.
Yeah. Love it.
Yeah, so
Love it.
that's the motive.
Oh my goodness. And then serious.
Yeah. So,
So that's all love
man.
stuff going on in that
So,
one.
for a long time, believe it or not, I was steering clear from doing like love songs,
Right.
right? For what I was deeming lack of success, but I was just being in my own mind. But nonetheless, I was staying away from it for so long, and then the next thing you know, everybody's like, "Hey man, when you gonna?" And I was like, you know what? All right, so I'm gonna at least take it seriously. And then I was like, all right, well then let's. Next thing you know, I wrote it. The original song on the album has Dynasty DY. She's on there killing the track, and it's a love track, and it just makes people feel good. So,
Yeah.
my band, we slid that on into the set.
Yes, it's sweet.
So it's real
Love
good.
it. Both of them were rocking. Both of
thank
them
you.
fire, as they say. So,
Oh, fire!
looking
What?
for.
I got the fire rating.
Yeah, I'm trying to
Oh
use
my
these
God.
words now.
That's what's up, though. Okay. She's hip, y'all.
No,
She's hip.
I'm trying. But I just have to say, because love.
Yeah.
When you walk, some successful or not. I mean, it's about taking those risks, right?
Yes.
And so talking about love in whatever form that you're gonna do, you can share the experiences
That's
of what
right.
you go through, right?
That's right.
There's gonna be some good, and there's gonna be some challenges and some bad.
Yeah.
So in and out of love or whatever. But
Yeah.
this
Yeah.
is
I was trying to
good.
steer away from the ulterior side of love. I was just like, I don't want to talk about that. I want to have a happy, jovial
Right.
show, So
Yeah.
And plus, in my mind, I'm like, I'm the living example for my kids too. So it's like, I don't want to just be dwelling on negative.
Yes.
Come
Yeah.
on, let's get the other side of it.
Your range is just wicked. I was listening. Your range is
Thank you.
sweet.
I appreciate you.
So just talk to us. Tell us your story. How did you become interested in music? Where does it, your gifting come from?
All right.
Talk to us about your story.
Well, it starts a bit rudimentary. Church, gospel songs, the hymnal, like music was a part of my life. I started off in church. I had music background, my viola, trumpet, and then next thing you know, I went in the Navy, and in the Navy, I'm just wilding, and still a part of me is still rooted and searching and knew where I was supposed to be.
Yeah.
And so I was in the choir on the ship when we were out to sea.
What?
Yeah. So next thing I know, I'm like literally walking off the ship for the last time, and this guy comes up to me, and he's like, "Hey man, where's your demo?" I'm like, "Demo? Let me get out of here." But next thing he's like, "No, bro, for real. My sister's starting a record label out of Philadelphia. I need your demo." And I was like, "I don't even know what that is, bro.
Yeah.
What are you talking about?"
Yeah.
He's like, "Dude, a record deal, like put out music, blah blah." I'm like, "All right." And he was like, "All right, man, get back to me."
Yeah.
Didn't give me his number, didn't give me a card, and I didn't have the same. So those are two lessons that I learned early in my career. And from that point on, I was in Virginia, and I was trying to do some crazy stuff with people that I met up there, and it was just like I learned about charlatans and snakes in the grass.
Yes, they are
So
out
these
there.
are other lessons that I learned, but the real that still kept it in a hobby phase, and it wasn't until the project with J-Rock Jones where we put that all together, we put it out, and then we came up with the band idea. I was like, you know what? People keep asking me and keep like not shoving money in my face, but it was
Yeah.
more like they respect the artistry, they respect the effort, and they're like, hey, I got such and such. If you come over here and bless the stage, and I'm like, sure.
Yeah.
Come sing for this young lady's engagement or the wedding, and I'm like, sure, okay. And then here we are.
You mentioned a couple of times J-Rock Jones, which Facebook fan and YouTube
Yeah.
audience was going to be on our show
Yes,
today.
yes, a bit under
But
the weather.
unfortunately, yeah,
Yeah,
he is and couldn't
yeah.
make it. So,
Yeah.
but great props to give out, to
Yeah,
him as far
it's
as
my brethren, yeah.
So
Great.
you guys rock together, right?
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
You're part of the same band as well.
Yes,
Okay, good
that's
stuff.
the the energetic phase of Synergy in the Cup. I'm teasing. He's the spokesperson, and he's the rapper slash organizer. He does so much. He wears so many hats, and I tip mine to him as well.
Yeah.
But we just gel. We just work well together. We respect each other, and we give each other our best effort. So
Good
that's
stuff.
always respected.
Yeah, so I want to say to Facebook fam and to our YouTube audience, if you guys have any questions that you would like to ask our artists, please go ahead and do so. Put them in the comment section. We're doing this phase 2, our part 2, where we're going to do the question and answer.
Very
so I
cool.
have plenty of questions here. So
Very
just after
cool.
that beautiful and just energetic and moving performance here, I just want to know a lot. So style, how
Yeah.
important is it? So as an artist, a musician, as a singer or songwriter, how important it is to have your own unique style. And I go back to that because you said something about with the band Synergy and the Cup is about your own music. And so that authenticity. So how important is that to you when it comes to performing?
I'm gonna be real with you. It's not to me. As far as me just doing what I love doing,
Okay.
all I need is a mic and opportunity. I'll sing for 1, 2, 3 people. It don't matter.
Yeah.
Now, as far as business, yes, it does make sense for marketing. It makes sense for what audience we're catering to. We rearrange our set with some segues going this way, that way. We do slower songs in some settings. So it is important as far as our business choices when it comes to it. Style as far as our songs, when we make them, that comes just naturally. That's just what our vibe is when it's in that moment.
Yeah.
And then that moment, we want to be able to be genuine, live in that moment, express the moment, and then lay down the moment so we can take that with us. And then when we go out, we know what to shoot them down with. We just go ahead and let them know that it's the styling is always more like a guide to help us corral our constituents, you know? It's a way for us to be able to connect with them in a way that we now know we can.
Yeah.
But yeah, full answer, I guess.
So which you talked about your constituents and those that's listening to your music
the
coming to hear
fans.
you. So talk to me about what is it that you're hoping that they gain? You know, those that's listening to your music, hearing what you have to say. What are you hoping that they walk away with?
Be genuine. Choose who you want to be and be that. I'm a firm believer in figuring out your vision. Just be able to choose something. And guess what happens? Also be open to failure. Failure is a learning opportunity. So it's not really like the end of the world. No. it's an opportunity to show yourself that you've grown. Like I look at failures as opportunities too, because I need to be better than I was yesterday. I'm teaching my children to do the same. So therefore, I need to live my own words, you know? So
Yeah. You know. So with that, I'm sure in every artist comes challenges.
Oh yes.
So talk to us a little bit over your years in this industry. What have been some of the challenges that you've had to deal with?
All right. So I'm a real nice person.
Yeah.
On purpose, because I know how I am on the inside. I have anger issues, okay? So, and I prayed about it, and I know that, you know? So God gave me my mother. So thank y'all. Y'all better thank my mama for a lot. Anyway, say the question again.
So we're talking about your challenges.
Thank you. Challenges. So Virginia, I learned about the horrible people in the industry that are out to make money rather than put out good music or to look out for you, the person. Like, they really did not care. Yeah. So it turned into where I knew passion. I knew that this is my gift. My gift is to get people to feel good, like, forget it all for just a sec. Well, not even forget it all. Just set it over here for a minute. And let's focus on this this present, this here. So anyway, back to the challenges. So that was the challenge, finding studios, finding musicians or producers that would work with me rather than me having to pay beaucoup l'argent. Oh, my goodness. And then it turned into who takes me seriously. So that was another thing, because I don't look normally like a singer. I walk on stage, people look at me like, man, what this brother gonna do? What is he? And then he gonna rap again. He's another rapper. But at the same time, like, rappers are ill. Don't sleep.
Don't
but
sleep.
I'm a singer. And then when that happens, it changes the room. And I learned that gift as well, where I can change a room.
That atmosphere.
Okay. You thought you were a gangster. Now you're a lover going home, right? You know, like, anyway. And the next one would be just like, just how, what is the word? Fraternity, sorority, good old boy cliquey the industry is, to where it's like, it's almost like, no, bro, we've got a lovely secret over here. We're not going to tell you how to get in here. But then again, it's just like, well, there's books. We're going to read.
Yeah.
no worries. We'll share.
Yeah.
The people that are benevolent and loving and care and compassionate, they're gonna share.
Yeah.
It's okay.
I like going back. I liked one of the things you said as far as, in the moment that you're performing, that you're giving of yourself, your music, your lyrics, about setting, not to forget, but setting aside. And I think that's what music, when we think about artistry, we think about music in particular. It's about being able to set aside, because sometimes we deal with so many different things in life, right? And music becomes a way of escape, right?
That's right.
And it's a way, as you were singing your song Serious and Challenge and Motive, that people can relate to their own individual situations, right?
Exactly.
And just sometimes it's pause out. I call it pause out. Just pause out for
I
that
like that.
moment, right?
I like
You
that.
know, you kind of just push pause. I just need to push pause for 1 second here,
Yes.
and just let me, just be in this moment, escape my world, my place, what I'm dealing with, and be able to just move in a different space. And I
Yeah.
think that's what I love so much about music and live music myself personally, because it allows me to move into that space for that moment and just not worry about anything.
Right.
I'm just there with the musicians, with the
Yes.
performers at that moment,
Yes.
enjoying that and not
Yes.
thinking about
What it was.
anything else. And I'm sure songs are reminders of things in life, but it's just in that moment that it can touch you, it can heal you, it can give you some answers.
Motivation.
Yeah. So it's all there. And so I like what you said, is just for that moment, just setting aside some things for that moment
But of
and just
course.
heard,
Of course.
and feeling.
Yeah.
And I think going back to the importance of when you're putting out, and I think I heard Tina C. Renee say this, about leaving it all on the stage, and I'm sure I think others have said that. I'm seeing now, looking at it, but she was talking about when she sings that, her
Ever so
performance, she wants to
wonderfully.
lead. Yes, she does. A beautiful, awesome vocalist, and she's going to be here, Facebook fam, to share with you guys.
I
too.
love her so
But,
much.
but she was talking about leaving it all on the stage. So
Yeah.
what does that mean for you as an artist when that statement is made, leaving it all on the stage and you're performing?
It means you better charge up your energy banks before you get on stage, which is a reason why I'm pro Miss Biles right now for getting her energy right and all that.
Yes.
Get yourself together, because you have to put out proper energy, or else you're going to leave that stage deficient, as in you're going to be in the negative space. So what I mean, say that to say, when you get on stage, you are there for a job. And my job is to give this energy to you.
Yeah.
I have it in abundance. The Almighty is my source, and here you are in my way of giving it. And then next thing you know, you see people, like, you see it, and you see people leave. I've seen people cry at my shows. I've seen happiness. I've seen people brought their kids up to us to shake our hands. Huh? Really? Hey, baby, don't be afraid. Don't be afraid of this big black guy with dreads on the stage.
Yeah,
It's
yeah.
okay. He's giving love, and being able to walk off the stage with that. Yeah, that was it. Can I get a sandwich, please? Need to charge back up. Get a little slice of pizza.
Yeah.
But no, can somebody pray for me, please? No,
Yeah.
but it's just to be able to make sure that the proper amount, the genuine amount, is given.
Yeah.
That's what that means.
Yeah, I like that. And so I just went straight there because I always want to know, one of my questions is, how do you relate as far as relating to the audience and being able to, when we talk about artistry and we talk about creativity and we talk about uniqueness, and it's from your own life, your own experiences, or what you see, and how you interpret that. But the fact that you're able to relate directly, with the audience. And so what about what do you receive? What comes back to you? Like, from the audience when you're from a performance standpoint?
Love, adoration. It's things that I'm like, it puts me in a even more so humble moment to be like, all right, Father, like, this ain't really for me. I'm gonna say this is for you, because my ego doesn't dwell on that stuff. I feel weird, but at the same time, I know I have to still receive it correctly so that they don't feel slighted in what they're given. It really is rejuvenating. It is energizing. It is awe-inspiring. It's like, it's crazy. It's the most beautiful thing ever to see their beings, like their spirits, dog. It's like crazy. And then I'm like, yo, I gotta go make some more.
Yeah.
We gotta do this some more. I gotta find some more places to do this. Like, I can't. That in itself, like when I put it in, I always try to put things in proper place so I don't lose myself. Yeah. And I just give it to him, big H. You feel me? And I make sure that if I can get more of that, and then people come. Man, we had little boys coming up to us before the show trying to help us set up. Yeah, and we made sure that we gave that energy back correctly. So we didn't disrespect them. We don't want them to feel slighted. Yeah. Because I've had that happen before in other avenues. I would hate for my name to be caught up in something like that. Nah, man. It reinstills my honor. Like, I'm here with a purpose. Like, I got you. Yeah. I got you. Oh, man.
And you never know the impact that you're, making by just that little motion, that right?
Interaction. Yeah. Like, what? Yeah. It's like the pebble in the middle of the pond, but it becomes that wave by the time it gets to the beach. Yeah. What? Yeah. Oh, man, it's crazy to have people. Matter of fact, when we first started, we have on the books, we have a child conceived from music from Synergy in a Cup. Hallelujah. What? All right. All right. She is a blessed child. She's a beautiful Hispanic young child. We'll keep her name out of it. But we have confirmation. They were like, yeah, man, this is in the room. We were like, the energy is real. Okay. Sorry. Those things, like you said, you never know what your music is doing, the energy is doing. I'm like, what? Man, I feel like Charlie Wilson for a second. Shoot me.
I was listening to his song about Bless the other day, and he was talking about, his life and everything like that, and how God, if he would, give him this second chance, he was going to give God the glory on it. So it's just awesome. So talk to me about a little bit about the impact of the pandemic. So I know with the artists, I know around Tampa, things are opening back up again in live music. But how were you impacted as an artist with the pandemic?
It shut everything down. So that I'm not in the mindset of, when's the next gig? What do I got to do to get the next gig? Who am I talking to? It got rid of the hustle part. It gave me a lot of time to enjoy peace, sit by the water, just write. Yeah. Just listen, vibe out, listen to the birds, listen to the water, turn the phone off, and just be cool. And that gave me a lot of time for that. And I have a new album coming out, but I don't want to brag. Sorry. I don't
Go ahead and brag.
Because, that's a whole nother vibe, y'all. It's a whole nother vibe. I'm so anxious for this. Yo, it's another avenue of music I was avoiding for a long time. Yeah. Reggae and dancehall. And lovers rock and all that, get back to the roots. They say the roots.
Get to the roots.
But anyway, I'm sorry.
That's wonderful. You have to definitely share with us. So do we have the title of it or?
Yeah, it's called Alpha.
Okay, Alpha. Wow. All right. Yeah. So you guys follow.
Coincidentally enough, right? I'm teasing.
So going back to that, talk about your inspiration. Okay. So what inspires you, motivates from a writing standpoint? And I know you were saying there were some things you were trying to shy away from, but just talk to me from the emotional. We sometimes on this show we've talked a number of times about emotional intelligence, right? Yes. And knowing how to tap in and what your triggers are. You were talking about anger, so it's everything works, right? So you were talking about anger and different things like that, anger, love, however, whatever that mix goes. So talk to me a little bit about when your inspiration and when you're writing your songs, do your work come out of certain emotions?
Yes. Usually for my emotional vulnerability, it's kind of limited because I am very stoic in certain aspects. So when I try to be emotional, it gets weird. So then I say, all right, let me get to the emotion that either the music is giving or what my end result is, like math or a chemical equation, reaction, pardon. So that's where I kind of start, is like, what is my end game, or what am I starting with? As in, am I in a bad mood? Well, let's find something to make me feel better, or let's find something to give a different avenue to dealing with what I'm doing right now. Because I'm a firm believer in positive, constructive outlets of whatever it is you're feeling. Yeah. I don't speak down or bad to people, especially women. So I don't allow people to do it to me either.
Yeah.
And I respectfully put those things down so that I let people know in the music that I'm a very, very happy, loving guy, but I will shut it down if I
Right,
have to.
right.
So that's why it's like, it's a weird way I do it. Then I guess I don't know. I don't think it's customary.
So in industry, so what is it, you kind of talked about some of the challenges there, but if
Yeah.
it's a couple of things that you would change about the industry, music industry, songwriting, performance industry, period, what are some of those things you would change?
I would make it more communal. I would make it more village mentality type, as in you go to a village and you have people that are specialists in different avenues, but everybody benefits, rather than the selfish, rather than the elite. That we must be here. This is the echelon that we must maintain. It's pure bloods, please.
Right,
Do not
right.
taint. And I'm like, that's one thing I would change. I would, and I know it's the what is it? I don't know the psychological definition of it or whatever, but it's the difference between low class and high class, like how low class look up to the high class and like, oh, you get to do all of such and such and such and such, and I want to do that, and I'm going to risk my house payment so that I can look blah, blah, anywhere close to that. Simple things like that. And I'm like, we could get rid of all of that. We could get rid of world hunger. We could get rid of war. We could get rid of fighting over territories. Like if we were serious, we could have put Bob Marley's Peace on Earth type vibe with Willie Nelson, his Peace on Earth type vibe with I could keep going, but anyway, they're not coming to my head. But it's just the way we could get rid of that segregation.
Yeah.
Just love,
Yeah.
just love, like. Just love, man. And
So kind of
love
going
more.
back there, because I think about our society and how we move politically and different things, and how I think each generation of artists and musicians and singers speak to their generations, and we have some
True.
that have tapped as you mentioned one, Bob Marley, you mentioned one. We of course we know the great Michael Jackson, and we know Prince. There's different artists that speak to the generation,
Yeah.
Marvin Gaye, what's going
Sam
on. So
Cooke,
it's
what's up?
different ones that
Let's go.
speak to the generation. So what from this generation and your generation, what would you say would be the message that you're trying to get out, to this world, to this society today?
So everyone re-listen to Challenge the Motive, saying that I was expecting a change. So the expectation of change is wrong. You should not expect change. You should make change. You should be the change. You can only control self. You have no control over anyone, anything else other than self. You know where your money goes. You know where your time goes. You know where your love and affection goes. These are things you cannot waste. Therefore, let's pay attention to, okay, if your motive causes your action. So if you're thinking like, man, my life is crappy, everything I do fails, stop, sit back, what am I doing wrong?
Yeah.
Rather than blaming any and everything around you, let's focus on me. Let's focus on what I need to do to correct this situation, or go a new direction. Figure out what your new motive is, because everyone changes.
Yeah.
I'm just saying.
Yeah.
Plus, and I also said that the system's in over 400 years well run. Over 400 years well run. Think about it, because no offense, what you're doing is not going to correct it all across the board right now. What you can do, though, is, like I said, control yourself, control your action, control your community, raise your children up to be affluent people in society instead of horrible people, because then we get rid of horrible people,
Right.
we can be all happier, right? But everyone needs to take accountability for what they can do.
I like that. It's one statement that I usually that I make. Let me get that out. Change doesn't change until change changes,
There
and
it
you
is.
can become the change that you want.
Yeah.
And so many times we're looking at others, but you have to, like you said, look within yourself
Absolutely.
and make the change, because that you're the only person
Right.
that you can control. You can control,
Exactly.
right? you know. And so I like that as far as the, you know, the impact of what you're speaking to this particular generation, and everyone has a voice, and you know, knowing that you're doing it through music, you're doing it through lyrics, but other people do it in different ways. And I think the part is we're in this world, we're on this, in this space for this period of time, for this moment. You know, what are you doing with your moment? Right?
Yes.
And that's so important. And how are you impacting the world and those that are around you for this moment?
That's right.
So let me ask our production team, do we have any questions? Because I got all my questions, I'm just going on. But if we have any questions from our Facebook audience, I do want to lend an ear so we can do that. But if not, then, you know, I think we're going to get ready to wrap and bring things to a close, because I've just drilled you.
No, it's quite all right.
I've just drilled you
I'm
with
still
about
here.
15 questions.
I am still here. I am quite ready. No problem.
But I love that.
this.
So I think I was asking, when do you do your best performing and writing? And I guess maybe I'm talking about the space that you're in, you know.
Okay. I guess I'm always looking and receiving, but my best performing is, it really doesn't, it just depends on what happens during the day. Like my best performing is when my life is peaceful for that day. If nothing chaotic or hectic happened that day, I'm in my best space to get in there and just kill it.
Yeah.
I'm already practicing runs before I get there. But then if it's something else, I'm distracted. I'm not practicing runs. I'm not thinking about the song. I'm like, and that's not where. Now for writing, my car. Oh my goodness, my car.
What? That's the space.
I don't know what it is about driving in my car. I'm seeing different signs. I'm seeing different people and cars, just different things. And I mean, I'm a people watcher too. Not creepy, but I love watching people. I love people's interactions. I guess what they're going through maybe sometimes just to play, but it's all there. Like I just, matter of fact, favorite. If you guys have your bank, when you go through the drive-through, you know how they have the little deposit slips there?
Yes.
I used to grab free paper right there, and I just put it in my car, and I was sitting there
It's
writing
right on
on the back. Yeah, that's my little secret for free paper.
That's your secret. All right, so I don't know, production team, do we have a question? My nephew, Dwayne Jr., Dwayne Sanders Jr.
I got to see his face.
Good dude, played ball with him.
Did he have a nickname?
Wayne Sang, he's a Wayne Sang.
I got to see him. I got to see him.
I mean,
We'll look at that one. Well, what's happening?
What's
Bless,
happening?
good to hear from you. Inbox me, you know what I mean? We'll talk.
But
real.
good stuff. Good
That's what's
stuff.
up.
So I don't know if you I don't know if you have another song, but if you don't have another song, I still would like you to maybe to close us out. Yeah, huh? Oh, Wayne. Semi-pro.
What's happening? What's happening? See, there's different levels. It was
There's
either
a
high
level.
school
You're
or
on that
it's
level.
after. Outstanding. Bless up, man. Hit me up, man. That's what's up.
Love it.
Tiny
Love it.
Tampa.
So you know I'm trying to have you take us out with something.
Well,
you know
I
it.
actually didn't prepare any other songs.
But I mean, can we? So we can.
Acapella?
No, we can go back on one of your close us out with mode. We can do motives, right?
With what?
With the challenge the motive. Yeah.
You guys are.
I mean, just as like close us out
Off
in the
the
end,
hook.
or serious. One of those just to close us out, because I'm sure people join later and they miss that performance. You know. So anyway, no,
No,
he has to be what
don't
his
do
compliment,
that.
but I would love for you to take us out. But Facebook fam
I swear.
and YouTube live, I would like to thank you guys for joining us. But before we get ready to close,
you are
before
funny.
we get ready to close, Just Henry, is there anything I always like to give our guests, you know, the last few words or tips that you would like to share with our audience? So anything that you would like to share with our audience,
Why,
you know, just
thank
from your
you.
heart.
Well, thank you for the floor. Well, as we traverse this lovely life that we live,
You need to be in drama. You need to be in acting.
I do voiceovers, so anybody
You
needs
do.
commercials done, holla at your boy.
So you do voiceovers. Wait, because
yes.
this is your business. So would you have a business name or what? What is?
I'm thinking probably going on the
Under
Just Henry with that
okay.
too. So yeah.
All right. So you
So,
do voiceovers. So for
For me, right now. No, I have done several things for my boy Kyle Jackson. He's a real estate agent, a.k.a. DJ I Am. I did one for several Synergy in a Cup shows. I've done just some mock commercials. But what else? DICard.com. I did their commercial. What else? That's it for now.
Good.
Oh, no, excuse me. Lash Picasso. Kamora Little on Facebook. And she's the Lash Picasso. And that one was fire too.
So you have a phone number, or I know you say they can find you JUSHENRY.
Yeah, hit me up on Facebook. Facebook is JUS no T next word Henry. Instagram it's the Just Henry THEJUSHENRY. Once again, that's THEJUSHENRY. That's it.
That's it.
Yeah.
All right. So I don't know, is Just Henry going to give us a song out? I don't know if you're going to.
So with all the love in my heart, if you bring me back, we'll have more prepared.
You're going to have more prepared?
We'll have more prepared, fresh songs, everything.
Well, what if we could bring you back and you just do a set?
Well, I'm not going to shy away from the show. Definitely not.
So we'll bring you back for a set.
Okay.
We'll bring you back for a set. We can do that, yeah, because we do events. We host events and everything here. So we'll do a show, have you here, and have people come in and do what we got to do. This is a nice intimate space. We rock in here.
I love it. Been here
we'd
before.
love to have you come and grace our stage in that sense. So Facebook fam, again, thank you for joining Conversations with Shelly today. It was a great conversation. How great thou art with Just Henry, and as he performed with us today, Serious, and also the challenge the motive. And you guys, as he said, you can find him on Instagram and also on Facebook. And I'm sure our production team is putting his contact information, and we're going to have him back for a set. He said he'll come back, so we'll make sure we take care of him and have him. You guys can come here to the Soul Cafe, 7923 Flower Avenue, events and entertainment. Again, Conversations with Shelly. I am Michelle Sanders, better known as Shelly, your host, and it has been awesome having this conversation today with you and having our artist here, Just Henry. And so I hope that I always say it right because the T is missing.
Yes,
J-U-S.
Say it smooth.
Just Henry.
Yeah, Just Henry. Yeah.
So with that, Facebook fam, I'm going to close today, and we will come back on next Sunday at 5 o'clock p.m. as we continue our series, How Great Thou Art. Remember that I love you, but God loves you best. Have a great day. Bye-bye.